Hello guys and welcome to Weymouth. So I'm here today telling you why I'm in Weymouth, not literally why I'm here right now, but why I've moved back home. Now you can probably just barely see my face, but I want you to enjoy the view behind me. I've recorded this in over 5K so you get perfect quality, and it just makes it easier for me to do and stick up online in one video, hopefully, because I don't know if I've even got any software to even edit 5.3K, but here we are. So I moved back to Weymouth and it wasn't an easy decision. Now this was back at the end of August that this happened, and we're going to talk about why that happened and just put a few little things to bed, address a few little things and go from there. So where do I begin with that? I moved back, it was literally the 1st of September, and there was only really one main reason, and that was literally because I got to a point where I could no longer afford to live in Bristol, and it was as simple as that. Now, a few things happened in between that led to this, but I can tell you now, for everyone that's been very concerned and very potent about spreading this infamous saying around about me, I haven't gone home at all. I'm not in Weymouth at all. It's nothing to do with the police, I promise you. So the police have had no bearing on me moving home. I'm not scared of the police. I'm not worried about the police. I have moved home because I could not afford to go. So please don't be so narrow-minded and really think about there's more to life than just the car scene and leaving the old page behind. So yeah, it wasn't based on the police whatsoever. I couldn't afford to live up there. I went through uni, I went up to Bristol for uni, went through it all, got out at the end, barely got through, hated every minute of it, and I found myself thinking, right, I want to stay in Bristol. I'm determined to stay in Bristol. Now, what staying in Bristol meant for me is it meant that I had that independence, living away from home. I did not want to go back to Weymouth from where I came. Now, I went through a variety of jobs over the next 2 years after that, or 2 and a bit years, with no real success, trying to push in my own strength through being up there and trying to work and find myself into a career that I wanted to go into. Now, obviously, I had qualifications from university. I am also, believe it or not, a level 3 personal trainer, so I've got all of those qualifications, but I am completely disinterested in what I was qualified in. So pretty much I was going unqualified into a job to try and find what I wanted to do. Now, when I was at uni, as time passed, I realised that I want to work on vehicles and work with cars, and obviously I do that as a hobby, but that's what I want to do as work. So I went through a variety of jobs and it just did not work out. It's as simple as that. Now, every fibre in my being while I was up there did not want to go home. It was a very, very difficult decision. And the current situation I'm in now isn't simplistic, but there is an end goal which is destined to be. Now, it's just mad. It is just mad. I got to a point where I just realised that I just couldn't stay and I had to go back. Now, the reason why I am in Weymouth is obviously it's where home is. That's obvious. Now, I could have come home, worked a job, whatever I wanted to do, saved up and gone back out into the world, but I decided it was worth me looking into studying again. Now, as embarrassing as that sounds, I am now 25 and I'm at college. Embarrassing, disaster, but here I am and I'm doing it. Now, as much as that is demoralising, because it certainly is, it's going to be worth it at the end of it. And I've actually found now what I'm doing at college, which is a welding and engineer level 2, going on to welding at level 3 over 3 years. And what I found with that is what I want to do. So I'm currently working on boats and vehicles like that, so interesting stuff. And every day, as every day passes, I learn more and more. And I want to obviously be able to bring this application of welding over into the automotive scene, which will work perfectly because I have the following for it, but also I have the interest in it. And as time progresses, I'm going to start to buy my own gear, and not that sort of gear, buy my own welding kit and get cracking and working on all of your awesome cars. So yeah, I've come back to Weymouth for a restart. Now, by all accounts, it's not going to be as easy as that. I've got a year of apprenticeship wage, which is dismal. I have got adult bills to pay. Yes, I'm not paying rent anymore and things like that, but I've got bills, I've got student things to pay for, I've got lots of things I'm currently paying back. So as much as you can say you're at home, which I am, and I appreciate my parents for having me back there and being so good to me, I still have a lot to pay for on a very small wage. And also, bear in mind, I'm now 2 hours from everything I enjoy doing, or more. So it just means that things are going to be a little bit more complicated and a little bit more difficult to do. So I found myself, even though I'm now in the scheme of things, and I'm onto my second paycheck coming the end of next week. I'm still finding myself in this situation where, again, I'm not able to get through the month, and I'm not able to go out and enjoy the things I'm doing. So as it currently stands, I'm probably spending maybe 1 or 2 weekends at the moment, and that's all I can do. I'm just staying at home in Weymouth the whole time. I'm working 6 days a week, and I'm working long days, and I am grafting hard. And the reason for that is because I want to continue to get content for you guys, and I want to get out there and do things. And it's going to be a hard year on the wage that I'm on. And that is the story as to why I'm indeed back here in this beautiful place. Now, you know, there's lots to come with the channel, and I'm excited to say that now we're hitting December, and I've got another paycheck coming through, and then again in December as well, that from December I can finally bring back car meets, Mexicos, all that sort of thing. Not me, but me attending them, the best thing I do, obviously. And that's all coming back to the channel, which is so super great. So all I've got to say for this video is it's never too late in life to start again. Now, it is very, very debilitating being on a course with people that are from 16 years old and up. It is rather embarrassing being at college, and I try and spend as little time as I can there possible, because it's just weird, it's just odd, and I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. That's just me, it just doesn't feel right. I feel like I can't look anywhere or do anything because everyone around me is so young, it's just disgusting. But that is the situation now, and I have got another 3 years of this, and these 3 years give me time to obviously get a qualification, find interest, get a skill, learn new things, but at the same time it gives me time to finalise my thoughts and to save up to make a real good plan about moving back out of Weymouth and going and doing something with my life at a later date in time. So yes, I didn't move back to Weymouth because of the police. I didn't run away from Bristol because of the police and because of my old car meets page. The car scene had no relevance to that at all. And I'm now down here doing my own thing, knuckling down and getting on with it. And it's going to be a good few years. Also a hard few years, I guess, at the same time. But I am coming out of what was a very bad time. Between the time of moving back to Bristol and being in Weymouth, I was approximately not paid for almost 3 months. So obviously that's left me behind. I've been paid and been paid again very soon. That's all practically gone. I'm backlogged for getting the car through the MOT and all other things I need to owe and pay for. So I've got a challenging year of trying to balance getting content, going out there and enjoying my life, but also at the same time, with my limited funds, I've also got to pay people back, pay for things and sort things out. I don't like to admit it, but you know, I have things to pay, and you know, I am in debt still from university, and it's not an easy thing, sorry, to admit, but it's gonna be gone. Do you know what I mean? I've got stepping stones in place now, but it was a hard move. And if there's anyone out there as well that is in that predicament and it seems difficult, just go back home and have a refresh. At the time it felt like the worst thing I've done, but as every day passes it is becoming easier, and it does mean you're going to get some content down from Dorset over the next 3 years, which is something a little bit different than your normal Bristol stuff. And that is really it. I hope you guys enjoyed the view. You probably can't really see my face through the whole of this. I didn't really come very well prepared. Because of the settings on the camera, it's going to look very crisp behind me, but I've only got my phone to light up my face, so realistically I need to actually bring a torch next time. That would probably be very helpful, wouldn't it? But that is it. You have watched the video behind why I have moved back to Weymouth. It's for a reset. And obviously, like I said to you, from now on, when we get back doing the meets, back in the car scene, you know, and just to say, people have been asking, where have you been? You haven't been to going to meets because you're scared of the police, or blah, 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 blah. You know, the last meet I went to was in August, and obviously at that point in time, at the end of August, I lost my job and moved home and all that sort of thing. And since then, if I'm really honest with you, I've only had money and funds to do what I've done, which is very local stuff. I just have not had the money to, I haven't had an income. So it has been a long time of suffering, but my channel is now going to see more amazing meet videos and things coming up soon. Now, I have actually got an event this weekend that I am indeed attending, which is going to be amazing. That is called the Brighton Run. It's going to be madness. You're going to see that later on. If you're going to that, see you there. It's going to be a cracker. And also in December, you thought the car season was over. didn't you? But it's not. I'm attending something that is going to be amazing, and you guys are going to get to see that. And also there's another big event again in December, so once a month I'm going to be there doing it all, just travelling an extra 2 hours from Weymouth every time I do. But it is what it is, you got to deal with the situation at hand. So thank you very much for watching this small little update video about why I've moved back to Weymouth, and for all those very concerned about my life and liking to say that it's because of the police. It's quite frankly not. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in a new video very soon. Was that even recording?